Welcome to Comadres y Comics. Comadres y Comics is a podcast hosted by 3 Latina women.
We highlight the Latinx presence in the comic book industry as creators, characters, and fans.
Join us as we talk chisme, comics, fandom, and beer. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Comadres y Comics. This is episode 263. We are your hosts. I'm Sarah.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jen.
Welcome back, ladies. Here we are once again.
Hi.
Yay.
Yay.
Hooray.
Excellent, excellent. I'm so excited because it's spooky season coming around the corner.
Yes, my favorite time of the year.
I'm ready for the weather to change. I'm ready for all the spooky movies to come out, for Charlie Brown, Halloween,
the great
TV show,
The Great Pumpkin.
The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Yeah, I used to love that as a kid. So, yes, lots of cool stuff. And obviously, no, I don't know about obviously, but of course, it is my wedding anniversary on Halloween.
Yeah.
So it is a fun time.
Fun time for all. I already bought 5 boxes. No, maybe 6 boxes. No, 5 boxes of the adult size candy bars. And it includes a variety pack where it includes Snickers, which is the first time I'm passing out Snickers because Snickers are hard to come by in a variety box.
Really?
They were on sale at Costco. I know too much about this. It's kind of sad, actually.
But you're trying to save your street cred.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I am that. I am that lady with the
full
adult
size.
Full size.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so excited, and also I'm getting ready to bring my boxes from out of the little house in the back
Storage.
to start decorating. Yes, I have to reinforce my altar and then just put it up. I wanted it painted, but again, you think of stuff you want to do and then you never do it. So
yep, story of my life.
Yes, so I'm just gonna reinforce it because it's kind of wobbly now.
Any plans for dressing up?
Of course, every year I dress up as Catarina. I do different makeups though. Like one year, I think I went white, blue and white, and then black and white, and maybe this year red and white. I don't know. I'm gonna get crazy.
Maybe you can do the Game of Thrones version.
Right? Shame. But no, that'd be kind of cool, actually.
That'd be so funny.
That would be cool. Yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited. I just feel like I'm working myself up, and I'm already tired.
I know how that is because I was just sharing with you guys before we started. We are very close to signing a lease for finally a location for our new shop, Santa Monica Comics Company. If this lease is everything, it goes fine and we review it and we don't have any changes, which Eddie already found something that he's like, no, they said this and it's not in there. But we have in the lease that we would begin the lease would begin November 1st. So of course we got to get in there. We need to put down flooring because there is no flooring, but the lights are fine. We have fixtures and we'll have a soft opening very soon after that. And then probably a grand opening more closer to like January or something because you can't do it during the holidays. But yes, so I have had so much stress in my neck and in my shoulders. I don't feel stressed, but obviously my body is like, bitch.
Calm it down. Bring it back down.
Yeah, I mean, because it's a big undertaking and we are, having friends lend us money. We're going to sign contracts and we're going to be paying back these loans. And it's a lot of like responsibility because we're using other people's money. So I don't want to flush their money down the toilet and have them regret investing in the business. So yeah, I can cognitively understand why I would be stressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Just thinking about it makes me just want to bury my head in the sand.
It's
Yes.
a great undertaking, but you know what? You're going through the proper steps and doing your due diligence so that you ensure that this thrives.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
When the last shop closed, we were approached and we're like, okay, since I had to, not me, but the person who was telling us, since I can't have things in my name anymore, we're just going to put everything in your guys' name and we're just going to keep moving forward, status quo. And we were like, well, let
No.
us think about it. And everybody we talked to were like, why would you do that? You don't need that person.
Mhm.
And that person is kind of toxic for the business, as you can see, given that this one is going out of business,
Yeah.
as well as the other one that he owned. And so when we came back and said we were going to do it naively, Eddie and I, this is like December, I would say November 2023. Naively, Eddie and I were like, okay, so we're closed the doors December 31st, and like by January 15th, we'll be reopened. 2 years later.
Here's the thing is that you guys though are actively doing like having the like Santa Monica Comics Company page, the Facebook page as well, engaging with the community with the Santa Monica Public Library and everything. You guys are still like doing like showing that you are dedicated to this. And like there's still like a good community waiting for it to happen. So I think
Yeah.
you guys have got us in the bag. 2 years later, but you guys got this in the bag.
Yes, and
And
those 2 years. Oh, go ahead.
like I'd like to start my poll list with Death to Pachuco, please. My
Yes.
poll list.
um, and within those 2 years, we worked with a business advisor. We developed a business plan. We developed a budget. So it really was time well spent. And there were a lot of also months where I was just so disheartened and unmotivated because we just kept getting no's everywhere we turned, and also it was just so expensive in Santa Monica. So unfortunately, we're not in the city of Santa Monica, but we are on Santa Monica Boulevard so that we can, without confusion, keep the name Santa Monica Comics Company. And also, we are closer to the 405, which means we're closer to West Los Angeles, we're closer to UCLA, we're closer to Sawtelle. So there's just a lot of positives, even though we weren't able to stay in Santa Monica.
It's still along there. I mean, anybody who lives in Santa Monica can easily get there. Because Santa Monica Boulevard's right there. Gotta beat traffic, though.
Absolutely. That street gets so backed up. So, yeah, all things that we've thought about.
Well, that's very exciting news. Thanks for sharing that, and I can't wait for both the soft
either.
and both the soft opening, the hardcore opening. I don't know what the difference is, but I'll be there for both. All right, guys, now it's time for Chisme de la Semana. And Chisme is brought to you by the lovely Kristen.
So, the chisme that has been going around all of the comic book related websites and social media channels and everything is that Red Hood got canceled. Red Hood, the DC title that had been gone for a while and then came back last Wednesday as a #1. By the end of the day, it was canceled, and it was due to the fact that the writer, Gretchen Felker-Marti, had some choice words to say about Charlie Kirk's death. And actually, I meant to check to see what she actually did say, and I forgot. But I think it was something along the lines of that she... No, I'm not going to misquote her.
Yeah, I was going to misquote too. I'll look it up while you talk about it.
Okay, perfect. So, people got up in arms about it, and as you probably all know as well, she's not the only person who was criticized for basically coming out and saying that either A, he deserved it, or B, they were glad, or some kind of celebratory remarks. And so DC came out and said that those remarks were not in the they did not follow DC's guidelines of what they stood for, and so they not only let her go, but they canceled the book and asked retailers to no longer sell any inventory if they had any left. And an important factor to know about Gretchen is that she is a trans woman. So her choice words were definitely around the hateful and vile things that Charlie Kirk used to say about, or has said, and is recorded for all time on social media about the trans community. So that was a big blow, and it was almost immediate for her. And then we just started seeing all kinds of other things happening with news anchors and teachers and professors and all that kind of thing. And then obviously the most recent, Jimmy Kimmel being indefinitely put on hold and hiatus. So the political climate is so super up in arms and crazy right now over what happened a couple of weeks ago, and so much so that it's far reaching and affecting the comic book industry. So yes, that is the CHISME. And on top of it all, the people who were able to get their hands on Red Hood #1, because it was on the wall for a limited amount of time, have been selling them on eBay for crazy amounts.
Of course.
No fucking way. I knew it. Mm-hmm. And then they were told that they could actually return them.
Yes.
And I was like, who's going to return that? They're going to go for a lot of money on freaking eBay.
Okay. All right. Okay, so admittedly, Gretchen said that her statements came out of a moment of poor impulse control, and that if she would have thought maybe a few more seconds, she wouldn't have sent it, or posted it. But what she did post on Blue Sky was what she said was, "Thoughts and prayers, you Nazi bitch," and also said, "Hope the bullet's okay," after touching Charlie Kirk. So that's what she said. And she said that she's listened to Charlie Kirk be an overt Nazi for years of her life, and she has no regrets for what she said about him. So, I mean, if you're going to stand 10 toes down on what you say and lose your job over it and still be fine standing for what you believe, then I wholeheartedly support you.
Trans people are hilarious. Like, I know that we have very different thoughts and stuff like that. I lean more towards Gretchen. Point of view. You made a post that I thought was really wonderful, and then I like read the comments and stuff like that, and I was just like, someone phrased it really like well about what he stood for. So I was just all like, but it's one of those things where I'm like, he wasn't a good person, and
no,
I'm not gonna mourn. I'm not gonna mourn this person. Do I think political violence is bad? Yes. Do I think this has his death, they're turning him into a martyr? There has already been like threats to trans people. I'm pretty sure there's already been deaths that we don't know about because they haven't made the news. And because he was a huge like anti-trans, anti-immigrant, anti-empathy, literally, person. And then there's the whole like, what is it? Jimmy Kimmel has been put on hiatus indefinitely. There was the cancellation of what is it? This all ties into like this weird
Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert, the Colbert's show being canceled and stuff like that. There's just so much control over media and censorship, and it's incredible how much things are being tied together, because Jimmy Kimmel was put on hiatus because of comments made about Charlie Kirk's death, which crazy. I thought that we had freedom of speech. Like, where are the First Amendment right people now going like, well, he can say whatever he wants. And again,
And I think, honestly, I saw some of the footage and he didn't really say anything. He just mentioned
no,
how
He talked about
Trump,
Tyler, the shooter.
yeah, and how Trump reacted to the news, or when asked about the Charlie Kirk death, and how he just talked about how they were going to redecorate the ballroom in the White House, something like that.
They're building a ballroom.
Oh,
yeah,
got it.
And it's
for millions of dollars. They are building
U.S. taxpayers' dollars. Like that's your money. That's your fucking money. That's my money. Like I'm so fucking pissed. And then like on top of like the whole like censorship, there's also like Visa, MasterCard, and like PayPal trying to like limit how to whatchamacallit, what you can purchase, what you can buy. And again, this like as all of this is happening, like it feels like it's all like a major distraction, because right now there's a huge like lawsuit law going like trying to pass in Florida that bans like they're like doing age verification, not only for like online purchases but also like physical stores for like adult media, I guess, or like porn, basically porn or like sex toys and stuff like that, all because it's a danger to like the children or whatever. But when you have things like guns out in the streets, that's okay though. We can what is it? Literally the day that he got shot, there was a school shooting hours, and that got drowned out by this one pathetic guy's death. Yeah. I don't fucking care.
Like, and the next day, there were 2 black men found hanging in Mississippi.
Not only Mississippi, there was what is it in was it Delaware or what is one at a university? There was another black man found hung, and they were saying, "Oh, it's suicide." Yeah, suicide. Fucking right. Yeah, fucking right. It's
unbelievable.
But no, let's fire the trans person who was directly affected by this guy's hate.
Right.
Idiotic.
All right, guys, after that very heavy segment, we turn to On My Radar. Kristen, what is on your radar?
So on my radar is a very timely book because, as we said, it is spooky season right around the corner. And this is a book published by Fantagraphics called Witchcraft. And it is written by Soledad Otero, who is an Argentinian comic book creator. And this book is translated by Andrea Rosenberg. And it's going to be on sale October 7th. So the storyline goes: 3 mysterious sisters dancing at the knife's edge of benevolent and malevolent lie at the heart of witchcraft, a maelstrom swirling together horror and comedy, magic and religion, colonialism and indigenous folklore. Buenos Aires, Argentina, 1768. It is a dark and foreboding night when the boat arrives from Europe, bringing 3 shadowy figures to shore. The Maria sisters have come to take the new world by storm. At once righteous and menacing, the sisters will exert their insidious powers over generations, leaving a wreckage of shattered spirits in their wake. Told through the eyes of the people whose lives the sisters have cast asunder, Witchcraft is a mesmerizing mystery to piece together. Strange magic, dark humor, and a fiery undercurrent of female rage cohere into a heady tale of colonialism, indigenous folklore, and modern agoraphobia. A kaleidoscopic work of literary fiction crafted with vision and verve that assures Soler Otero as one of South America's most dynamic cartoonists.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes,
that sounds really cool.
It sounds really unique, very amazing, and it will be a hardcover for $34.99, and it is available for pre-order now, or you can contact your local comic shop and let them know you would like a copy. And like I said, Fantagraphics is the publisher. So just let your local comic shop know. Witchcraft by Soler Otero.
Super. All right, guys, now it's time for our book review. What are we reviewing today, ladies?
Speaking of DC Comics.
Yeah. It's hard to say because we don't have a hard copy in our hand, or hard to show. We usually hold it up, but we read and we are reviewing Blue Beetle-Graduation Day by the amazing Josh Trujillo. And I had forgotten all about. Did you come with us, Sarah? You did when we had puffy tacos.
Yes.
In Whittier. Yeah. So when he referenced it in the comic book, I'm like, oh my God, we were there.
Yes, exactly.
Oops. You can sort of see it.
Blue Beetle Graduation Day. Yep.
Oh, I remembered how to do this. I have to lower the brightness on my phone.
There it is.
Oh my God, no. Don't look at my my phone screen. It's oh wow. All disappeared into.
Yeah, your background is taking over.
Not even the yeah.
So this is the Blue Beetle that is Jaime Reyes. Mm-hmm. If you watched the movie, it is the same Blue Beetle that was played by the actor who plays in Cobra Kai. Mm-hmm. I don't remember his name. But
I can't remember either, but yeah. Go ahead.
But this storyline basically follows Jaime as he is about to graduate from college. And
from high school.
High school?
Yeah.
High school, sorry. About to graduate from high school and doesn't have any plans to go to college. And so he's feeling a lot of pressure because this scarab that attached itself to him and is making him do things that he isn't actually confident that he can do. Apparently something happened with the Justice League where he got kicked out because he was, I don't know what happened, but he got kicked out. And so he's having a struggle with his self-confidence, with his plans for the future, in that he has none, and he's just feeling all around inadequate. And I really thought that the storyline was very good at going through all of those real life emotions that I think a lot of us have at that age, where people tell us you have your whole life ahead of you and you're like, okay, what do I do now? Like, you are making all these decisions that all the adults around you are telling you are like so freaking monumental, and you don't want to make the wrong one. And so that part, in addition to him trying to come to terms with being a quote unquote superhero now, and just really trying to find his place in life as a superhero, as a family member, as a friend, as a student, in all kinds of ways. And I really enjoyed, I mean, we've read some of Josh's stuff in the past. We've read George Washington's Gay General.
Mhm.
We've read, there was something else that we read by him that I don't quite remember what it was. Maybe we read like a single issue.
I believe
of
so.
Blue
I
Beetle.
love
I
that
don't
George
remember.
Washington's Gay General. That one
Yeah.
was so good. We've talked with
Yes.
him.
Yes.
Mhm.
But his writing style with Jaime, to me, really resonated. I really enjoyed the teenage angst part of it. And it was funny. I laughed out loud. I just really enjoyed it. And I really know nothing about Blue Beetle other than I watched the movie. But I learned a lot about the lore of Blue Beetle, who the Reach were, that they want to destroy Earth. And then we meet a handful of other characters in this book who also have scarabs on them, and we learn about their lore and what they're doing. And I just thought it was a great book. So what about you guys?
Well, I personally, this is Sarah. I always say that like they're only listening to us, but now they can watch us, and they know this is Sarah. But I really, really, really enjoyed it. I actually got the Spanish copies that he was selling at one of the conventions.
That's right.
And he signed me my copies, so very excited. I was gonna give them to Frank, but I put them away in a safe place, and I can't find them. So reading them on Hoopla was a lot of fun. I really super enjoyed the Spanish speaking areas of the book.
There was a lot.
Yes, absolutely. And I really loved it. I really identified with that. Especially the family conversations that were going on. Totally like when when it was like, if you're not gonna go to college, you gotta go work.
Yeah.
So it's o trabaja o estudias o trabajas. And that's basically what we all grew up listening to.
Yeah.
Yep. That was like dead on.
This is how I know I've gotten too old for YA books, is because as soon as they did it, I'm just all like, wow, they're good brands. That's a good. I was just all like, that is like, when I was younger, I would have been like, oh, how could they do this to Jaime? Now I'm just all like, no, yeah, teach him some good life lessons. Like, that'll be good for him.
Yes.
And I was just all like, oh my God, I'm old now.
When I started identifying with the parents in sitcoms, I was like, oh no, I'm old.
So yeah, no, that's
there was a lot of really funny moments that just made me laugh. I think Josh Trujillo is the family dynamic with the Spanish speaking parents was really like spot on. Like I really identify with that, and I thought it was so funny. And just
the aunties,
even even the artwork really like with the faces and the facial features, and it was all like just a really great marriage of both story and art. And I just was like Kristen said, laughed out loud moments. The puffy tacos, I was like, I've had those. That was
Yes.
fun. And I also wanted to say that I didn't flip through the comics because, of course, I don't want to mess them up. But how surprised was I to see cameo appearances by Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Jessica Cruz.
It's not a DC Comics, but it's not a DC Comics if one of the Bat family doesn't show up.
Yep.
Like, it's legally in their contract that everybody needs to have Batman appear at least once.
But how cool did he write him? I mean, it was just like spot on. I really enjoyed that. And
Superman spoke flawless Spanish.
Yes.
It's so funny that you guys say that, because like I read it, but I read it in a white man's voice.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah. No, I'm just all like, because as soon as I saw it, I was just all like, Clark Kent, country boy with an accent, and that's how I read it in my head. I was just like, yeah, that fits.
That's funny.
That fits. I did not read it with perfect inflection. I was just like, no, that's not true. I'm gonna I'll believe it for Corey. Oh, like that she picks up the accent and everything, but not for Superman. That's a white man speaking Spanish.
I love how the yellow beetle is Dinastes, who is is a Salvadorian school teacher,
Mhm.
which was great because that also explains how she does speak English too. So like, it wasn't
Mhm.
something where I was like, oh, she spoke Spanish throughout most of it, but like she did at one point speak English and stuff. So
Mhm.
like, it's not off the realm of possibility that they know English because she's a school teacher from El Salvador. So I
Mhm.
thought that was really freaking cool. And the other one was like this goth. We didn't
Yeah.
see much of her,
Just
but
Yeah.
a
I was like,
goth girl
yes,
from Bloodhaven.
yes, it is so cool. And the dynamic, la amistad or the friendship between like Paco and his
Mhm.
other mates was really, really cool. And
Brenda,
then
I
the
think.
little, in the little
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
short kind of like glimpse of a story into another story of what was his name? The guy who he disappears. ¿Cómo se
Fade
llama?
away.
Yes. Fade away, yes.
Mhm.
So no, I
The
found it
guy
all
who
really good. And
fades away.
Yeah.
fades away. I
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
yeah, I gotta say I did get choked up on a couple of scenes. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting in the feels. But I really greatly enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun. And I feel like this is a really good all ages book. What did you think, Jen?
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I really like I did not even notice when I know I did when I saw like Clark speaking Spanish, I was just like that's a white man speaking. Um um and when I remembered like Corey from Teen Titans, and I kind of like tuned that into my head. But most of the time I think it was when I was reading the aunt speaking in Spanish. I read through the whole thing and I was just all like, I still got it. I can still read it. I can still read, like switch between them. So that was really nice. There were no translations, I think.
I
No.
know. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So
No.
you either gotta look it up, babe, or
Hmm.
skip right over it. But you don't want to skip over it because there was a lot of like fun moments when they
Yeah.
were speaking in Spanish.
And
Um,
in some
um
books that we've read, either they do have the translation, they have the asterisk and the translation, or
mhm.
it's just a few word bubbles. These were like whole entire pages
Yeah.
of a dialogue. So I was actually really surprised at that and wondered if there was any pushback for that
Mm-mm.
when Josh decided to make that. I'm assuming that was his creative decision.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's how it should. With in the age of Google Translate in the pocket, there's no
Yeah.
excuse. Like you can
Yeah.
do it. You can tough it out for one of your favorite characters. Like I
Yeah.
know there's Blue Beetle fans. I know most of them like Ted, who is funny.
Yeah, he
Like
was funny.
like like Blue Beetle. Like I also did not know anything about like Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle. I knew there was a Blue Beetle because of
Yeah.
Booster Gold Blue Beetle, and they're like the comedy duo slash like also like everybody thinks they're clowns, but they get into some serious situations sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, like everybody has a moment to be like a hero kind of thing. They remind me so much of like JLU um uh era, whatchamacallit. So I'm fond of them. Um um but it was nice to see that characterization still. They weren't like trying to like redo him. Like even like the art, I love the art. The art worked so well. One for when Jaime was in the suit, but also for like the comedic expressions that like
Yes.
Ted would make. That I loved his sister. I don't know what like
Yeah.
evil like anti-hero villainess thing she's got going on, but I love her. Like
Yeah.
she's like count me in, and like she's and her and Ted's relationship is really really good. I think it was really funny. So I don't know. This could have been how Bruce Wayne would have been if his parents didn't die and he had a sibling. I don't know. So oh my god, get off.
The cat.
Sorry. Yeah.
Cat.
He makes an
Oh.
appearance. There he is.
Oh,
Now
look at he's floofy.
he's so floofy. He's going into his winter coat.
Aw, cute.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna go back on Hoopla because we did read this book on Hoopla, which you can
Yes.
also grab and download. We're gonna keep shouting out Hoopla, um, and so I'm definitely gonna go read like the one after, which is I think a Scarab War or Scarab Battle or Scarab Fight, Scarab something. and then the volume 2 of the continuation of the main series. So I liked it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was really a lot of fun. I didn't think I was going to have this much fun reading it. I mean, I knew I was going to like it, but just having fun reading it and just was like, wow, I do
Yeah.
sometimes miss the superhero comic.
I was just gonna say, I think it's been
Yeah.
a long time since we've read a big two.
Yeah. It is. And
Yeah.
I mean, like, as much as I do love shitting on the big two and on DC Comics, especially right now, this of course does not go towards the artists, the creators, the writers, the letters, the pencilers, the like people who make these things possible. It is the executives who deserve
Yeah.
your disdain. Because the artists are gonna art. They're gonna be doing their thing and hopefully collecting that check, getting that bag. Get your money. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. And I've made my peace with that.
You know,
Um,
actually, I'm glad you said that about the creators because I believe that all, if not, I think most, if not all of the creators on this comic were Latinos.
yeah, so
Are
Mhm.
Latinos. Why
uh,
did I say were? Okay. Are.
Josh Trujillo is the writer, and I'm trying to go forward. Adrián Gutiérrez is the artist. Will Quintana is the colorist, and then Lucas Gattoni is the letterer. That doesn't sound like a Latino name, but who who are we to say yes or no? But even the cover artist was Serge Acuna, and there was a Walmart edition and cover that was by Raphael Albuquerque.
Yeah, and I believe one of the issues I got had the papel picado in the
Oh
insert.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So
remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta find them. I knew I put them away so he wouldn't find them, and now I gotta. Oh my god! It's because sometimes I do my Christmas shopping like almost a year in advance. Sometimes, so
Mm-hmm.
that happens, guys. But anyway, what is our rating scale? I think we're ready to rate the book, Kristen.
So our rating scale is a scale of 1 to 3 conchas. 3 conchas being the most that Jen's mom ever let her eat in one setting. So that was the best. And if the book is off the concha chart, then we make up our own individualized rating. And I'll go ahead and get started. And I am going to give it the whole panaderia. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I also enjoyed all the fun facial expressions, like when
Mm-hmm.
Superman came, or was it Superman or was it Starfire? I don't know. One of the
Mm-hmm.
ones where Jaime had just like the like big eyes and was just like
Yeah.
such adoration. It was so
Mm-hmm.
cute. And also, I agree with you, Sarah. Just like having so much fun reading superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am really glad that we chose this book. And it did come out a few years ago, but it is still very relevant, and
Oh,
it still hits all the major things that you want in your superhero book. So I give it the whole panaderia.
this is Sarah, and I'm also gonna give it the whole panaderia, and I'm gonna give it elote. And if you read the comic book, you'll know why I give it an extra elote in this rating. But no, I had a lot of fun. The art was amazing, and the colors were really great. Just like, and the action sequences of the fights were really cool, and just the overall like relationship. Even like you were saying, like after graduation, not knowing where your path would be, even though he's a superhero, but also kind of people kind of like hold him at a distance because of the scarab that was originally the creation of the Reach, and the Reach was supposed to destroy the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always that, like, what if he turns,
Mm-hmm.
and so that added to his whole like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life kind of like feeling, and how that relationship hindered the connection between Kajida and Jaime, I thought that was really, really important because sometimes you just need to believe in yourself in order for the rest of your life to fall into place. So I don't know. I just thought that was really just kind of a really great message. What about you, Jen?
I'm gonna give it tres conchas, simply because I can't wait to read more. I think it'll be really, really good. And you guys have pretty much covered everything. I really loved it. Tres conchas de campo chaporrado. It was really, really good, and I can't wait to read more because I definitely will be because it's all available on Hoopla.
Yes, it is. And that, guys, has been our book review. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody out there in listening land, it is time for En la Libreria. Jen, what do you have for us today?
So today I have you might be familiar to those who are into the humanoid stuff like that. The Sci-Fi Worlds of Juan Giménez graphic novel box set. Four incredible sci-fi graphic novels illustrated by legendary artist Juan Giménez in a special slipcase box. So Juan Giménez is most known for the Meta Barons that the Humanoids published. He is an Argentinian artist, and this is basically just a reprinting the collection of some of his most popular works. So the publisher is Alien Books. And Alien Books is a cutting edge comic book publisher that features works from a diverse array of authors from all around the world. We offer a wide range of genres from science fiction, fantasy, horror, action, and more. Alien Books prides itself on its commitment to promoting new and emerging talent and its dedication to publishing stories that push the boundaries of the medium. So that's about Alien. So the campaign page, and this is just what I'm going to read from right here. Alien Books is back with a new collection of beautifully illustrated stories by legendary artist Juan Giménez, available in a Kickstarter exclusive box set. The Sci-Fi Worlds of Juan Giménez includes the following graphic novels / anthologies: Black Star, new printing; Gangrene; War 3, Mutant. Get ready to explore multiple epic sci-fi universes illustrated by legendary artists. These magazine-sized graphic novels will be published in an oversized softcover format, all housed within a special deluxe box set and available only on Kickstarter. Content warning. These titles contain mature themes including depictions of violence, nudity, and sexual activity. Artist Juan Giménez is best known for his sci-fi work on Meta Barons, an epic tale combining realism with knightly stories and a top seller in his native Argentina. What am I? Why? Argentina. Gotta say it properly. Argentina and South America. His meticulous art brought this series to life, captivating readers worldwide. Alien Books released I, Dragon by Juan Giménez on Kickstarter earlier this year, and it quickly exceeded all of our expectations. We're delighted to be able to bring more of Juan's incredible storytelling to our backers on Kickstarter. Discover a variety of sci-fi stories dealing with poverty, interstellar travel, warfare, and more in these amazing short stories, all illustrated by Juan Giménez. Black Star, new printing, 56 pages. What is it with me in my pronunciation right now? New printing. Script by Ricardo Barrero. A retro sci-fi classic styled after Star Wars: A New Hope, full of robots and interstellar action. On the run from Imperial guards, a young motorist meets a mysterious man who helps him escape. The pair embark on a high-risk, high-reward opportunity as they pick up a strong-minded robot and an unexpected pilot on their way to uncover the secrets of the galaxy. And then they have previews of what the story's about. Gangrene, script by Carlos Trujillo, who did Borderline and Vampire Boy. A world polluted by garbage and ruled from the clouds stands on the brink of revolution after a mysterious figure crash lands into the depths below. The world as we know it no longer exists, and garbage has become a regular part of people's lives. Wow. Most of humanity survives in the wastelands, and the few pieces of culture from before this era comes from the ancients. Meanwhile, every resource and technological advancement is used to preserve the life of a select elite in the heights of White City. completely distanced from the garbage below. This is the story of the beginning of a rebellion, one that promises to take the filth up to the clouds. And then another preview. Then War 3, 56 pages, now in color. Script by Ricardo Barrero. It's an anthology. War 3 presents us with the limits of war and humanity's place in the conflict. The Barrero and Giménez duo explore how, despite a distant future where machinery is essential to determining the course of a conflict, there is always room for wasted human lives. Some of the stories included in this anthology: in Infante, a combat unit where special suits controlled by painful impulses transmitted from a command center that dictate what to do, stripping them of any vestige of humanity. In Farewell Soldier, a group of exhausted infantry patrols the streets of a desolate Paris until they must put their coordination to the test to eliminate a sniper attacking from an abandoned building. Outpost presents the only line of border defense in the far reaches of space and how it depends on a group of pilots who refuse to patrol until the demands are met. And more. And then there is a lot more. There is going to be, I think, different covers. They give more previews of the artwork that is going to be in the stories. This is kind of a pricey box set, but not really. Like, the available rewards start at $49. So you get the Sci-Fi Worlds of Juan Giménez graphic novel set complete with a special slipcase. It contains those 4 books and includes complimentary digital copies of each book delivered upon successful completion of the campaign and editing process. Then there's the digital bundle PDF, so you get all those stories as just PDFs. That is $19. And then there is a retailer bundle, which is 3 of the slipcases for $69.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. I know most people, when they're like doing like comic backers, and most you expect is maybe like $5 for the PDF, and then like maybe $20 for a physical copy plus shipping. But this is like really good. There's a lot of stories, a lot of really interesting stories as well. And if you've never read Metabarons, it was pretty popular back when there was a physical store, and it was I never read it, but I was always curious about it, and I could only read the ones that weren't shrink wrapped because they were shrink wrapped because because now we know they had naughty times in them. So all I know is that Juan Giménez has been like a staple of sci-fi because of Metabarons, and also he's like one of the prides of Argentina. So definitely check it out. It has already actually been successfully funded. They had a goal of $5,000.
That's it?
Yeah. And it is currently at $71,191.
Oh, wow.
With 1,076 backers and 12 days to go. So definitely check it out. I think this is one of those just like iconic works that if you like sci-fi, or if you know Juan Giménez and you've only read Metabarons, this is another great example of the breadth of his work as well. And all these stories sound so cool and legit.
They do,
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna get it. Like, trust, this will be mine. So definitely check it out. It is Sci-Fi Worlds of Juan Giménez graphic novel box set on Kickstarter.
All right, guys, now it's time for Juntos y Fuertes. Kristen, what do you have for us today?
Yes, so as we have been saying over and over again this entire episode, it is that time of year. Every year around this time, I share with you the amazing activities and events that self-help graphics and art have in celebration of Dia de los Muertos. And the reason I'm sharing it so early now in September is not only do they have the one-day event, which this year is going to happen on Saturday, November 1st at the East LA Civic Center, but every Saturday in October, they're going to have community workshops. But self-help graphics and arts annual celebration is one of the nation's longest standing Dia de los Muertos public commemoration in the country. And it features a danza blessing to honor our ancestors and welcome you to the celebration, community altars by local community members and organizations, live entertainment highlighting the sights and sounds of our cultura, Muertos Market with handmade art and goods by local artists and artisans, self-help graphics La Tiendita, highlighting serigraph prints for sale, and other merchandise, local street food vendors to nourish our community, and face painting, art activities, y más. You're encouraged to dress in your favorite Dia de los Muertos fashion, and they welcome your creative expression of Dia de los Muertos. But please remember that Day of the Dead is not Halloween. This is a time of reflection and a place where we can come together in community to honor our ancestors and remember our loved ones and the causes close to our hearts. The annual Dia de los Muertos season and celebration is a family-friendly affair, always free and open to all ages. So this is the 52nd annual Dia de los Muertos celebration, and it's taking place Saturday, November 1st from 3 to 8 p.m. at the East LA Civic Center, located at 4801 East 3rd Street in Los Angeles. And then in addition, Self-Help Graphics is going to host a series of free community art workshops every Saturday in October from 12 to 3. The first workshop, which is October 4th, will take place at In the Making at 4024 East Cesar Chavez Avenue. And then the 3 sessions following that on October 11th, 18th, and 25th will be at the East Los Angeles County Library, located at 4837 East 3rd Street in Los Angeles. You can go to selfhelpgraphics.com to get more information, but 100% attend either the workshops or the November 1st celebration. They always have great, amazing day planned for the community. So again, selfhelpgraphics.com.
Remember, guys, if you're driving or at work and you can't jot any of this information down and you want to go to these events and you want to participate in these activities, please remember that we always put the links in the information on this episode. So you could always go back and check that out and follow them and put it on your calendar. All right, guys, now it's time for saludos. And saludos goes out today to Ambrose Quintanilla. Yay!
Yay!
Hooray!
Ambrose, thank you so much for engaging in our YouTube channel. I learned more about Fernando Valenzuela fever and why the Dodgers were so popular with the Latinx community because of Fernando Valenzuela. And every time I heard ABBA sing that song about Fernando, I always thought about Fernando Valenzuela. So yeah, thank you for that, for engaging with us on our YouTube page. And also, he has his own comic. Kristen, can you tell us more about Ambrose Quintanilla's comic?
So when I first met Ambrose, I read some of his little strips that he used to put up. I believe I just asked Eddie what it was, and now I forgot. It was Me and the Kid. It's basically just a comic, kind of like how Collectors is a comic about Eddie and I, loosely. His comic was about, loosely, he and his son Ambrose. So an interesting fact about Ambrose: his father's name was Ambrose, his name is Ambrose, and his son's name is Ambrose. So Ambrose the Third is his son, and the strip was a strip with like little cute jokes and gags with him and his son. He also is a very talented and very quick cartoonist. He's always at the Cartoon Society, I think Cartoonist Society booth at San Diego Comic-Con, where he will do a quick sketch for you for a donation to the museum. And he also has his very own comic book store located in Hemet called Diggers Comics. If you're ever in Hemet, go and check it out. He has a lot of great stuff there. He has a lot of good back issues, toys, a lot of cool things that every comic store should have. So yes, Diggers Comics in Hemet, California. And one more thing. Oh, his YouTube channel.
Yes, he has a YouTube and it's called In Your Face Studios. So check him out on his YouTube channel. And there you'll find a little kind of it's a video that I ran across really quick while looking up his information, but it's called Almost Mexican, where it's a comic strip about him and how he's half Mexican. And I totally want to know more about that. And also you can follow him on Diggers Comics IG. That's on Instagram at Diggers Comics IG. So saludos to Amber's Quintanilla. Thank you so much for listening and watching us and supporting our podcast. We really appreciate it, and we love to hear from the listeners. So thank you so much for that. And it's pretty cool. Thank you.
Yes, and it's the Cartoon Art Museum. Eddie came and showed me that, so that I got it right.
All right, guys, that brings us to the end of this episode. Where can they find us?
As always, you can find us on our website at commoditycomics.com, where you can find links to all of our social media, information about who we are, and also some past episodes. You can also find us on all the social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, Twitter, and TikTok, I believe, and YouTube. You can listen to us and watch us here on YouTube if you're watching us, there on YouTube if you're listening to us, at Commodity Comics Podcast. And if you have a particularly interesting idea, or you have a book that you think that we should review, you can always email us at commoditycomics@gmail.com.
Well, thank you so much for listening, guys. We really appreciate you taking the time to share with us in your busy day. Thank you for listening. We have been your hosts. I'm Sarah.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jen.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.